Okay, we are back and we are watching some French league today. It is volleyball tours versus Alterna Poitiers. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not French. I don't speak French. But for tours, we got the main man Mujanovic, big old right side, super athletic Slovenian kid. I don't know how old he is, but he's a pretty young guy. Crazy athlete. Not sure who the other guys are. I've seen Suikonen before. I don't know where he's from though. But anyways, pretty good roster here. And then we got Kevin Kobrine right here on the right side, and Mace. I'm pretty sure he's a middle. Maybe he's an outside. I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna get into it. Should be pretty good volleyball. Should be like some young ball, some good athletic, fun ball. So we'll watch it. We'll get into it. Serving up is Korich. And also, if any of these guys ever watch this, I I would say probably 90% of them I'm gonna pronounce their names wrong. But this right here is Mujanovic, the right side, just contacting it super high, getting right over top. And with this roll shot, it doesn't go up. Okay, he just lets it hit his hand, go flat directly over the block, bang. Okay, because with an off speed shot, anything like that, you're not going to want to waste a bunch of time with like you don't want to give the defense a bunch of time and throw it super high or anything like that. Like you want to make it as quick as possible. It's a pretty messy one right here, messy play. But just throwing it hard into the block sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. But if you got people covering for you, it's usually pretty good deal. Oof, Coburn. Pretty sure he went to uh, was it UCLA? No, I think it was UCLA. I don't know. He played for Team USA a little bit this summer as well, as far as I know. I don't know. I've never actually watched him play. I don't think. I don't know if I've actually seen him play before. It's a really nice dig though, and like this is that French defense here. Okay, just balanced, split step, and then react. Like these guys are pretty relaxed. They're not moving too much. Like they move, but before he contacts it, they're balanced and ready to move wherever. And they just slap at it, scramble afterward, finding Mujanovic. Mujanovic shots it right there. It's a nice swing. And even with these back row balls here, you just gotta swing deep. Gotta swing deep. Gotta stay disciplined. Because even with that's a broken triple in front of the bic there, but giving yourself a good chance by just swinging high, swinging hard, swinging deep. I think I watched this guy play for Chaumont last year, but I could be wrong. It could be a different dude. He's just also huge. It's a nice swing though. I like that swing. Just smooth. I want to see that defense real quick. And again, look at that split step, okay? I think the French league is very good with defense, in my opinion. And just that split step, he's moving, he's reading, but then he's balanced. Like he's not like running and jumping over or anything like that. He's creeping over, shuffling, and then just pounces over and gets that ball up. Perfect. And on this one, like you can even run the middle there. I would love to see that middle get run there, but it's not an easy route to get. Yeah, it's a double there. We've got a nice little roll shot there. Going to the middle. Middle gets hit in the face. He's getting babied right now. The big dude getting a few weird plays. Yeah, this is a very scramblish game. I don't know if there's a better word for it, but lots of scramble plays so far. Huge swing. These guys are all out of sorts back here. We got the libero player in the one spot. Great read though. Goes for that deep corner. Coburn, this is a great swing. He's OT. He's going deep to that corner with some serious pace. He didn't get the kill, but he got a free ball, and he gets another ball. Wow, and they ran back to their spots afterward too. Wow, they got time. Now he's going to get dug by the libero twice. That's crazy. What a play. Oh, and then there's a misconnection. See, I like the transition by the middle. Like you make a move over here, go on a three, smart. But then it's just a misconnection or something. Maybe this guy was supposed to be here. I don't know. But I'm not sure exactly what happened. But this libero, what a play by him. What a play. The entire play, let's watch him. Let's just track him the whole time. Because why not? This dude ate up. I want to see what his name is, too. Runs it down. Somebody else gets the dig, but he was there. And then, let's see. Bang, dig. Ramon. Who's Ramon? Gets a crazy dig. Keeps that play going. Digs the tip now. Now he's sitting in ready to cover. And then he gets a kill here. And he gets a nice little kill here. Smooth. Being aggressive with the free ball. What a play by him. That dude. Wow, that's crazy. That's an insane play. And now they're up 8-1. Getting the scrambles right now. Looks like this is a little bit behind him here. And this is a tough thing to do here as a setter if that ball's tight to set the pipe. But don't miss behind the pipe. It's just really difficult. You don't have many options. Miss too tight. And that goes for front row swings too, but still. I think it's just easier to deal with a ball that's too tight than it is to deal with one that's too far off. Ooh, wow. Yeah, this is Mujanovic. OT, straight to the 6. He's good. Holy crap. Wow. Spinner, big old spin. Let's see. Yeah, good choice. I don't mind the choice at all. It's a good double block in front of him. So he just throws it down the line, gets an aggressive play there, gets him out of system. And Mujanovic. He's a little shallow. He's a little shallow at first, this number 20. But then he finds it. He finds a way. He's still balanced enough to make the move on that ball. Ooh. I don't mind the idea. The idea's there. He just missed out a little bit there. But they're up 11-2 now. Crazy start for Tours. Also, I'm definitely pronouncing that one wrong too. But with Mujanovic approaching from out here, I find this very impressive because he's jumping to his left, but he opens his shoulders up still, and then decides to go across. Like the ball misses inside and he decides to jump here but keep his shoulders opened up so that he can take a full swing still. It's a really nice swing. And like if I were a coach, the usual fix for that I'd say approach from a little bit more inside, but if he's able to do that, then it's okay. It doesn't matter. Nice angle here. Yeah, if you see that middle, and like going through the game, if you see this middle starting to front your middle, just knowing what shots should be available, it just gives you an advantage here. And it's 14-4 now. They're just going crazy in the first set here. Over the top. Oh, wow. Could have been a nice scramble. The setter throws his hands in there, slows it down a little bit. I think it's a nice slowdown. It just kind of bounced off the wall. Ooh, this kid, man. This Ramon kid. I wonder where he's from. Does the French league have limits to how many foreigners they can have? If someone knows, let me know in the comments, because I actually don't know what their whole spiel is. Look at how locked in this setter is. He's watching the serve the whole time, watching it, making sure no tape aces are dropping. This libero's dishing the butter, and maybe he was just a little bit too far behind, whatever. But I think Mujanovic might have just brought it down a little bit too much there. And with the French league and the French style of volleyball, you're going to see a lot of passes like this where they get there and then they have to like jump and lean to make their platform and make their angle. But it works out. It's just their natural athletic ability deciding, okay, I'm actually not in the right spot. I'm gonna make the adjustment. Like I'm gonna get myself to the right spot here, and that's not a bad thing. Most coaches would say like, don't bend your elbows, don't jump, don't do this and that, whatever it takes to get the ball to target. That's what the highest level players would say. So let's see, over the top, perfect choice. Perfect choice. Especially when it's like kind of a quick one with that middle here. A little quick free ball. Yeah, just right over top. I want to see what step they're on. It's a pretty fast Bic. Bang, right over top. Just blasts it. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah. Ooh, Kevin Kobrine. I think his name's Kevin, right? I don't know. I could be wrong, but I know his last name's Kobrine, and he's an American, as far as I know. I don't know much about him. I've just heard the name, but I'm pretty sure he's a good right side. I mean, right now he's doing some pretty cool physical things. He's very athletic. He's got a nice arm swing. Goes low seam there. Gets the outside of this middle's hands or arm. Sorry. I just want to see that move real quick. Yeah. All right, let's see. Big serve out of bounds. He kind of contacted that serve a little bit low there. Didn't get on it enough. Let's see this one real quick. Good patience by the middle there. Good patience to kind of load and then be able to go after. Oh. Lots of sloppiness on both sides, if I'm being honest. But I'm pretty sure both sides have some youth to them. Definitely the pins are very youthful. Ooh, but then something like this is sad to see because it's just a solo block. He swings into the 6, gets blocked. If you swing pretty much anywhere else, that's a point. Wow, 21-9 in this first set here. What a pass. I want to see that pass real quick. But again, like even something like this, where to be able to make a better angle, he's moving his body to the side and kind of turning his shoulders and opening up his hip so you can pop that ball high instead of getting blasted in the chest, Bang, big swing by the middle there. Now we got 21-10. Reverse float. Oof, that thing danced. I really like this because he opens up like he's going to hit it, maybe just shortens his arm swing just a little bit. Really good contact where it's got pace to it. It's low and flat, pretty close to the net there. Look at how close that gets to the net. And it's short enough to where it's going to be on their platform and it's moving. It's got good contact. It's a really, really nice serve. Let's see it. I like this kid. Who is he? Picot, I think would be how you pronounce it in French. Picot. Oof, out of bounds. I'm making a few mistakes here. It's a nice serve, man. It really is. It's a really nice serve. I just want to see it one more time. Yeah, it's a nice serve. Good pace to it. Good serve. Good contact. That's the ideal spin to float, if I'm being honest. Is that middle set? This setter is kind of missing some windows, if I'm being honest here. Gorgiev. He's just missing a few windows. I don't know. Maybe it's a route thing. Maybe it's a connection thing. Whatever. But I don't know. It looks like he's missing a few serves here. But then this is a really nice turn. And like this is the similar thing that Mujanovic did here was he takes his approach from out here. But as he's approaching, he still brings that left foot around. He still brings that left foot around decently. Like that foot is pretty far over. He's turning, he's opening up. He's jumping to the left. But as he's jumping to the left, he's opening up. And then he's able to get on top of that ball, bring his body through, and still take it down the line really nicely there. One more time. Really, really nicely there. Good timing, good swing. Very nice. All right, we got an out of system and Mujanovic. Ooh. I don't know why this guy is on this side of the thing here. I would cheat. Just one step over here, I would be here. And he actually doesn't really close that block. But, I don't know. I mean, wow. I'm not a fan of forcing your libero to grab that. I think maybe the middle could, but it's a good run, good chase down by the middle, good swing by Mujanovic. Yeah, that's a really good contact. But then this one right here, this is not the miss that you want. You don't want to miss like that. You want to keep that ball in front of you, pop it towards the top of the tape there. That's a rough one, not gonna lie. Ooh, bang. Finishes it. Good move by the blocker to kind of dive towards that line a little bit, but hey, I mean, he snuck it through, that's for sure. Oh, I like that. He's going up like he's gonna set it. He's got his palm up. He's like going like this, like he's gonna try and set it, and then right at the end he just goes, throws it down. Really, really nice there. Really nice, really nice. Oh, he called him over here. Wow. I don't like that call at all. Yeesh, I don't like that call. I think that's a terrible call. Here we go. Back, Mujanovic. And Mujanovic is up there, but then he just brings it down. Look at that. And like if he's front row, he might still be OT. It might still go OT on that, but he's got to swing way deeper from the back row there. Jeez. He got blocked. They run that fast tempo. And running a fast tempo from this spot right here is interesting because earlier we saw this guy over on the other side kind of miss this ball inside, and it was also a weird route. But then this guy misses that ball a little bit outside, and it's kind of still a weird route. It's kind of a tough ball to hit perfectly, if I'm being honest. Stuff happens. Not the best swing. Maybe he's trying to chip it off the edge there, but it's kind of tough to cover that. Ooh. Big boys can make split steps and make good moves. Nice. This is a really nice move. And look at how he presses really early, especially with that right hand of his. That's taking the cross so much. Like, Mujanovic is trying to sneak it by the double block. Not happening because he's just pressing super, super well. And even if he gets that high, that probably is just turning into a soft block if he hits his hands a little higher there and just goes for like a deep corner or a deep six shot or something like that, less sharp. Good find, good pace. Through the window. Bang. Yeah, nice. Oh, yeah, nice turn. Very vertical by this middle here, and I like that from him because he's a big dude. It's not like he's got a 40-inch vertical, but he's huge. So he reaches, touches really high because he's just massive. And like you see here, he hits another split step. He's a little bit late, but he still hits some sort of a move, reaches over, presses. And then Kobrine makes a huge move, maybe drops a little bit too far across, and that chips off the right side of his arm. Good pass, over the top. Ooh, good grab by Mujanovic. And that's a standing block, dude. Holy crap. That kid's an athlete, man. That kid is an athlete. Wow. Gets him. I don't know what's happening. I think that's just 3 contacts there. Oh, what's the miss? Okay. Oh, that's sad. I think this number 22 here, he kind of came in at an angle, and here you want to shift over as far as you can quickly, and then come in straight so that you're not drifting to your left here, because he's drifting slightly to his left. I think that ball is fine. I think he just kind of wouldn't have been able to really get to that ball because it was fast, and he maybe, but would have he maybe was a little bit late, something like that. It's really nice. Wow, really good serves. 2 really nice serves in a row. Really nice find by that setter there. And as this outside here, or sorry, this right side, you're chilling. You're ready to help on this just in case, because if he flips this out to the outside, it's going to be slow. It's going to be slow, so you can help on the middle. Really nice flip. Bang. Good angle. And that dude's still like, it's a double block in front of him, so he just has to take a really good angle, that middle. Let's see, short serve. Nice. Okay. Big swing. Nice. Really nice. Too easy of a serve. Bang. Nice setter dump. And if you feel like, I don't know if the setter really felt it, because it's kind of behind him. But if you feel that there's space right there and this outside is not fronting you, go with that lefty dump all day. Go with that power dump all day. That slam, the 2-hand slam, the lefty throw, the lefty hit if you're actually a lefty. Whatever it is, if they're not fronting you, go for it. But do it manly, do it physically, so that you're not just putting over a free ball or anything like that. Ooh. Rats. Big serve. Big float serve again from this kid. I like this one. I like his serve. That one's still moved. It's not as good of contact as the other ones, but it's still such a great serve. Great swing too, though. Yeah, good run. And I love how this setter just throws it in front of him, keeps it in front of him, throws it a little bit tighter, makes him get up and reach and be athletic at that ball. Because if you, especially on the Bic, and like the D ball kind of goes the same way, but on the Bic especially, if you are missing that ball behind them, you're taking away some of their athleticism. Like you're not going to allow them to be as athletic as they could be, because they are jumping backwards and having to like slow themselves down, which in turn makes them less athletic as they could be. How do I even say that? Less athletic than they could possibly be. Really good block here. It's just a shuffle. Mujanovic doesn't make many swing block moves, I guess. But look at how early he presses into that cross. Again, that same principle of that middle who pressed really, really hard with his right hand. Mujanovic presses really hard with his left hand here and is able to take a ton of cross. Bang. Oof. Wow. That kid's good, man. Mujanovic is a beast. He's fun. I don't know how old he is, but I assume he's pretty young. But he's very good. Very, very good. He's got a high ceiling if he's pretty young. Really nice swing. OT on the big dog. Just going OT. Ripping it deep into that court there. Really nice. Really nicely. Really nicely done. Bang, bang. Good. Good. Ooh, yeah. I want to see that pass one more time. And this is a great take by him. Oh, shoot, sorry. It's a great take by this outside here on serve receive, because with a serve like that where they're either coming from the 6 or the 5, the seams just get messy. So be aggressive on it. Have that pass first mentality, especially if you have someone like Mujanovic who you know is gonna be reliable for a lot of kills. Like if you give him the ball, a lot of times he's gonna be producing pretty well. So like have that pass first mentality and know that, okay, I know if someone's bombing across the net on the service line, I can just make sure I give it to that setter. Again, same thing, which obviously Mujanovic didn't get a kill here, but same principle applies. Ooh, wow. I love this. I love this transition here by the right side. Or was it for the guy in the 6 spot? Okay, guy in the 6 spot. Transitions over. Hits it really clean down the line there. Wow, that's a really nice one. I actually need to make sure I know what the tempo is going to be on a D ball, so that if that happens with my team, I can transition cleanly over there and do it. I should actually really try and look for that today if we get the chance. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But let's see. We got 6, missing his serve. Floater, that's the hybrid. And I like him just taking it deep into the court, going towards that spot that's far from him. Because then he doesn't have to be super, like, the deeper you're serving, the less clean you have to be, I guess. Like, the further it's going, the less you need it to, like, drop early or whatever. So with a hybrid like that, I think your bread and butter should be that cross court serve, like, wow, see a ball. But like that serve from, and I mean, I guess it goes for the same way, like, just distance wise, this from here, from, let's say, just from his hand to here is not as far as from his hand to here. So he can hit here way deeper than he can here. And it might be a few feet, but when you're talking about hitting the volleyball, if you add 3 miles per hour, that could be 3 feet. You never know. I don't know what the physics would genuinely be, but just saying, it gives you a little more room for error there. Transition, you're going to get a triple block in front of you. Take a big swing, take it deep. Take it deep or sharp or both. Big serve. Again, same thing. This serve, dude. This serve is so nice, so clean. Contacts it well. And gets it through his hands there. And, like, they're back here ready for the spin. They come up, ready for the hands. He connects early down here and then he goes, oh, shoot, I got to pass with my hands. And he's just all out of whack. That spin to float just gets people out of whack, dude. Good pass right there, though. And like I said earlier, some people would say don't bend your elbows. Some people would say don't jump. Look at that. He's bending his elbows and he's jumping. Do whatever you got to do to get the ball where you want it, okay? Don't worry about, I need to, like, look picture perfect while I do this. No. You need to get the ball where you want it, That's really all that matters. There's certain fundamentals that, of course, help you and will make you more consistent. Sorry, I got a fruit fly on my knee. But, like, in the end game, let your athleticism just be free and speak for itself, and let it kind of make small adjustments to make sure that you're doing well. Really nice. And I like this ball. I like this decision, like, to kind of be ready to do this on a ball coming from further, because he's going in, he's ready for it to drop inside. It doesn't. The block starts, or kind of stops inside, because they see him, and he can just drop it outside that block there. Really nice. So that's the situation where I think that lefty tip is probably most effective, besides maybe when that set is coming from, like, here, and they leave that line. But I feel like that's the better scenario, Bang. Big old swing. Big old swing. Bam. Kablamo. Wow. That's a good swing. Let's see. No trickles for you, kid. Nice. That kid's an athlete. Strillau. Holy crap. Who are you? Goodness gracious. That kid's a beast. I don't know who he is, but he's a beast. Like, look at how much that thing just moves. I know this is a different guy, but look at how much that moves. Gosh, goodness gracious. I wonder, like, I feel like the float serves coming from, like, the spin to float, I feel like they move and dance so much more than the serves, the just normal float serves, But I could be wrong. I really could. I don't know. I mean, float serves in general with this yellow ball just move a lot. So I don't know. Not sure. Bang. Nice angle. That's a good choice just to take that further cross, especially with his momentum going over there anyways. And like obviously he didn't see that middle take a step over into his momentum or anything like that. Bang. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, some of these outsides are just not making the best decisions. Just getting blocked a few times here and there, but stuff happens. Mujanovic with the ace. Another big serve coming at you. Kobrine ripping it down the line. Let's see the defense over there. Yeah, he might be kind of leaning on that right foot a little bit there, but it's a really nice swing. Sorry, a really nice swing. But that serve, I love it. And it's a little Nikolov no-touch kill there. Unless he touched it, I'm not sure. I couldn't tell. But, yeah, nice. Out of bounds. Nice shot. But then there's a serve like this where it kind of just loops super far. You see how far it goes. Like, that's almost at the top of the antenna. That's too easy. And someone's going to get their hands on it and just put it up perfect like that. Bang. Oh, wow. What a dig. And you see the difference here. Right at first, he's going, okay, I'm ready to move. And then he's hopping into a split step. He's sitting there and then just reacts. He's relaxed on contact. It's interesting because they can make like quick little split step moves. And that's a setter. This is a setter doing that, by the way. Very nice one. But then they're still balanced and ready to do whatever and react on defense, Oof. Wow. Yeah. And I mean, the guy's drifting, so it's kind of just tough to do anything about it. Because when he's drifting, it just kind of like, if you aim here, the ball travels for this amount of time, and in that time, it just moves from there to there. So just kind of sneaks by. Ooh, good serve, good swing. Good little take crossbody. But this is better right here, I'd say. This serve right here where he kind of just takes it a lot lower, gets it on his platform. Oh, yeah, off the hands. That's a good choice. No, that's a good one. I like this kid. This Picard kid. I don't know how he'd pronounce it. Probably Picot or something like that. Just ripping it off the hands. Because, like, he knows that there's going to be two guys up there. He knows it's going to be a pretty good block. So he says, okay, I got to use it. I got to use that block. Oh, my gosh. So many spin to floats, dude. So many spin to floats. So many. And, like, it might not get an ace as much as, like, a huge spin serve would. But it surely gets this guy out of place. So you can almost cheat over. Yeah, he probably should have. Let's see. Good take. Good middle. Come on. Good chase by the middle. Stay on your route. Trust the setter. Go hard. Take a real rip. Really nice. Trust goes a long way in volleyball. Oh, there was a ball. There was a ball yesterday in our practice where the setter did something really cool on a super tight ball, but our middle just wasn't up, and it was sad. It was like, come on, trust that. Trust him. Let the dude, like, you're not allowing the setter to do cool stuff if you're not trusting him and giving him the chance to set you on these routes, Yeah. Pops it high. Ooh. Yeah, it's interesting that this turns into a cycle. And like that throw into the block, it's interesting, man, because it could trickle through, it could just break through if it hits in between the arms, in some sort of way. But then if it hits their hands, as long as you're not going too far down, it could just it could just hit their hands and pop back up. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if you have the control to see where you're throwing it, then try and throw it like in between hands, or like if you see space in between the block there, try and hit it. But if not, if it's just like a pure recycling, you got to go for the hands. You got to hit the hands, or else you're getting blocked. Oh, big middle taking a swing out of the back row. Here we go. Nice. He's a volleyball player, man. Now he's gonna play some defense. Yup, thought so. Oh my gosh, and I thought he pancaked it. Oh gosh, he got a good He got a good dig there. This is good, man. Good for him. Palms up, just getting that dig, keeping it alive. And it just trickles off the hands, and then he's just a little bit too slow. Wow, man. Yeah, just barely. He's a little mad at himself. But hey, that's a great play by him, man. That's a great play. Good for you, kid. Good for you, Big Sauce. Oh, yikes. See a ball. Big serve from 11. Nice. I love that serve, man. Really love it. Bang. Oof, wow. Let's see the pass. Let's see the set. Let's see the swing. Really nice. Really nice job getting himself over and, like, beating that ball to the angle. Making the angle, having it, angled. It's kind of hard to do this unless I'm in person, but like, let's say I'm here, lines parallel to me. I have to be there, and make my angle that way so the ball goes back over. Okay, and then just reverse, just going with the flow there, airing it out to the right side, letting Mujanovic be a big dog. Because that's what he's getting paid for sure. Big, oh, nope. Good chase. And I've noticed as the off blocker, just make sure you're on your toes. Don't get caught in your heels, because that's when you get caught not being able to cover those balls. A little bit of communication goes a long way there. I like this choice, just being able to see that kid, being able to see Kobrine roll under, and then saying, okay, this isn't open anymore. It's better if I space out the offense and go back here. Nice. So many reverse floats. Again, same thing where it's just dropping short on him, kind of just taking a little bit of physicality away from him, and it turns into a roll shot that scores. But then this guy right here, Picard, right? Who is he? I know that name. He gets a little bit caught on his heels there, I think. Like, see how he's leaning back a little bit there? Yeah, he's just leaning back a little bit, and then he gets caught. Suikonen, where did he play? I watched him last year, I think. Maybe he was just in the French league or something. He was the same deal. Really nice job picking that ball off, sneaking it through that block. Bang. Oof, missing that serve. Let's see. Big serve. Nope, it's a reverse float, and it's going short. Bang. Big dude. Big dude. Just being able to have some range up there. Good for him. I like that guy. He's good middle. I don't know where he's from, but he's good. He's big. He's physical. He actually moves across the net really well for a big dude. And like, oh gosh, goodness. I mean, he doesn't have too many middle moments, in my opinion, but he's definitely going to have a few. Oof. Yeah. And you almost want to sacrifice a little bit of height here just to make sure you're in that angle and pressing towards that ball a little bit better there. But just being able to track that ball with your eyes the entire time while you're a blocker, like keeping your eyes on the hitter and the ball while you're making your block move is going to get you a lot of touches. A lot more touches, a lot more blocks. This guy's, I think it's the same guy, unless both of them have done it. But I think both of them have kind of gone for that outer edge or hand and just messed it up a few times now. It's a tough swing to go for. It really is. But if you're going for a recycle, I would say go for the middles hands, because the middles hands are going to be usually the biggest, usually the easiest to spot, and also just the angle of which that it's going to bounce off of is going to be easiest to cover. But if you're going for that edge, just I don't know, miss high, I guess. Really nice dive. Really nice. And like you see how he just kind of stops his momentum, jumps back in, takes that cross, presses really hard. Bang. Good block. Good choice. Good vision. Same thing. Hey, big serve by the middle here. I like this kid, but good choice by that setter to make a good block move. And again, like if he wasn't watching the play and tracking the ball, tracking the hitter's, body posture, body language, he wouldn't have seen that and he wouldn't have gotten that block, So just watching him, knowing their tendencies, watching them, being able to read them, whatever. And he just isn't able to go over and front him. Same thing though. This outside here isn't able to front him. He's going to be able to score on that dunk. He's going to be able to score on that dunk really well. See a ball. Wow, he is tight there. He almost jousted, bro. Off the head there. Going for the middle. Okay, they got a free ball here because of that touch. Ooh, wow. It's a really nice split step, and this is why I want any middle that I'm coaching to like stay pretty. I don't know how I would say it, but kind of pretty close together with their feet, so then they're able to shuffle over and make a big enough jump to press over and block a pipe ball like that. That's really nice. Just being able to press really hard on that pipe is going to get you a lot of blocks with it. Ooh, out of bounds. 23-24. Float serve. Going to the middle. Wow, touched. Good for him for tracking it and be able to grab that. Oh, wow. Bang. Big old swing. Sharp cross, man. Sharp cross. Yeah, and like as a pin, I'd say reach towards the ball first. As a middle, I would say press forward and press with your inner hand first. That's what I would probably say. Like as you're going up, as you're jumping. Unless as the middle, that ball is kind of like right in front of you, like depending how close you are to that ball. But yeah, because you want to just take away space as early as you can. 5-6 here, 25-26, big serve, side out from Tours. This kid's just taking a huge approach, being as athletic as possible, flying in there, taking a rip, getting it off the hands. We got 6-6 here, 26-26. Ooh, good touch. And he's not even getting that high, but he's just able to get a good touch on the ball. That's all that matters. Mujanovic, big, high, hard, deep, clean swing there. Let's see, real out of system, tight ball. There we go. And this is the difference between the other ball that he got blocked on and this one, is he just goes a little bit higher. Just a little bit higher. And it gives his team a little bit more time to cover that ball. Good choice, popping him in the head there. Huh? Yeah, he's not at his peak. He sees two guys up there, so he's expecting a double block. So these guys stay down because he grabbed it, but throwing it like that, just being aggressive, trying to put them under pressure. Sometimes pressure will get you points. Not always, but pressure will get you points sometimes. Bang. Just a quick ball like that gives these guys no time to react. I feel like my Wi-Fi just went out. I feel like my power just went out, but hey, we're going to keep going. Hopefully this is still recording. Missed serve by Mujanovic late game like that. That's rough. Semi-in system. What's happening? OT. This kid's having a good late game time right now. Okay, sorry, my power went out, didn't get the Wi-Fi. Anyways, we're back, and watch this kid. Watch, what's his face? Um, Strelau. Yep, Strelau. Strelau's going hard. Strelau's going hard in this late part of this third set here, because he's not taking anything away. He's being aggressive. He's not acting scared. He's being super aggressive, taking real swings every time. And same thing goes for Kobrine. Same thing goes for Kobrine here. He takes a big rip, rips it down to that corner. Wow. And yeah, it looks like they're playing defense towards that deep corner and kind of giving up the sharp cross on his D ball. I mean, it looks like it's working pretty well. Good grab by Kobrine. Gets his hands on the ball. Doesn't try and swing at it. He just puts it in the right spot, aggressively grabs it with his hands, puts it to the right spot, All right, we're back. This kid over here playing outside is playing really well, just being super aggressive, athletic, whippy with everything he does. I like it. Over the top. Ooh, Mujanovic diving cross again. Let's see that one more time. And he's getting a ton of just standing blocks, and of course they're putting, honestly, 3 routes in front of him. But he's able to just press early and grab those blocks because they're not expecting him to be up there. Oops. Spilled a little bit of water. But still, same thing. He's getting another standing block, a shuffle block. And I mean, it's good because he's not drifting. He's just pressing. He's still up there. He doesn't need to swing block to be super physical, physical enough to block these guys. But in this one right here, he dives too far to his left here and opens up that lower part of his right block. It just sneaks by him. But again, it's a triple block. There was only one spot to score pretty much. This dude is just leaving that ball in front of him and just going and getting it, man. That is beautiful to see. I love it. He's taking a huge approach here. Starting his penultimate step, or anti-penultimate step, right there is crazy, and just blasting it down the line. And this is ideal because he's opened up towards the cross. He could rip it cross here, but then since that ball's in front of him, he just goes through, finishes his body through, rips it down that line. Really nice. Really, really nice. Ooh, little cut shot here by Mujanovic. Contacting it high, getting it across there. Nice. Oh, gosh. Goodness gracious. I gotta do some mobility after this. This is a long game, though. It's a 5-setter. But hey, I did this to myself. I chose this one. Really nice. Throwing it into that middle there. Big middle, getting dug there with his tip. Ooh. So there's no outside. This guy, outside goes down. This guy transitions to the A ball. Again, same thing. These guys are just seeing the game well and being able to transition over. And, I don't know, just being comfortable with everything that you're doing. I would have liked to see him set the middle there. That would have been a nice one. Especially if he's not transitioning over to that D ball because Mujanovic is down. I like him going on that back one because then he can kind of space out that net a little bit more. And now it's from here to here instead of from here to here, the space that they would have to cover. Kobrine going vertical, going up, grabbing that ball, being patient with his hands, and then just going and getting it. Bang. Tape serve. Tape ace. He's gotten, I think, 2 tape aces now. But hey, ace and ace. Wow. Jeez. Wow. Getting up, rising up, going OT. You can swing wherever you want when you contact it that high compared to everyone else. Wow. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wonder what Mujanovic touches compared to Kobrine. That's a good dunk. That's a good choice of tip there. He's just throwing it into. I mean, and I guess if he's aiming to go in between the hands there like that, then that's a really, really smart swing. Oh my someone could get hurt. Someone could get hurt. I'm like, you want someone to be aggressive, but man, that is terrifying right there. Wow, someone could have gotten really, really hurt. Wow. Did he shoulder bump that? Yeah, he shoulder bumped it. Wow. Kobrine keeps it alive. Ball is still in play. Out of bounds. Wow, they gave it to him. All right, it's 9-5, fourth set. Tight ball. Going to the outside. Perfect. Wow. Good dig. How does he get this dig here? Nice. Nice. Ball's still in play. Scramble all you want. You gotta just find points somehow. Ooh. But then this guy's able to dive in. Middle's up there as well. I assume that he's jumping with the middle, but not sure. Wow. Good serve. Really able to max out there. Bang. Oof. And this is good about having an offensive setter is like sometimes you're gonna get this guy to jump. And if you're gonna get this guy to jump, go after him all day. Like set him every single time that you think that they're gonna jump with you. Like if it's tight enough to where you think they're gonna jump with you, set it to that same guy that he would be blocking. And that takes practice though. Like being able to get the ball here, and either wrist flick it back or do whatever you got to do to get it back there and hit that window correctly. It takes work. It takes practice. You can't just most people can't just do it naturally and automatically. Inbounds. Wow, that's a crazy block. That's tough. That'll happen though when that guy's just swinging, ripping. Yeah, good choice. And Mujanovic is young, so he's kind of part of that style, especially because he's playing in the French league, where he's able to just decide to tip it or throw it or whatever, pretty much any time. That's a really nice serve. Really nice low float. Bang. Bang. Really nice. But it's nice. Wow. Come on, dude. Look at this athletic kid. He's got his nipples up at the tape there. And then he's grabbing that ball. That's crazy. Oh, wow. Good kick. Ball's still in play. Oh, bro, I would have swiped this. I would have went for the swipe there. But good swing no matter what. Being able to take a full swing, like kind of not at a full approach, being able to open up his body there, still draw his elbow back as far as he can, and use his full arm swing instead of just, patty caking it over. Really important, really impressive there. I like them short serving that guy. Kind of take away some of his physicality, make him work, make him do the things that he doesn't really want to do, which is pass. Like he wants to swing. Of course, everyone wants to swing. That's his best skill, obviously, is his attacking. This kid's crazy, but yeah, yeah. Jeez, wow, that's a good serve. That's a really nice serve. And if you're gonna have Kobrine hop in and pass there, you gotta still say like that's his seam right here. This guy's seam, it's cutting towards him. 15-11, Mujanovic is getting hyped over here. Cuts it, gets it to the setter. Now the middle is the setter, and I believe that's out of bounds. Wow, that's in bounds. Wow. Huge swing. Wow, that's a really nice swing. Good for him. Chops it. Libero's taking a lot there. I don't mind it. Especially with two very physical outsides who are not like the O2 archetype, which I think they kind of more started with. Now they got two O1s in there, and so now that Libero's just going to kind of take a little bit extra space, pass a little extra court, and that's good. And dude, Libero's really should be doing that all the time. I love it when a libero does that. Like, take charge, be the serve receive, okay? I'll pass a sliver, you pass the entire court. That's your job, okay? Like, be super aggressive with it. I enjoy it. Maybe talk with your teammates first and make sure that's what they want as well. Did he tip that with the left hand? What did he do here? But this is a guaranteed out of system. If you tip it. Guaranteed out of system, if not better, if you joust the setter and keep it on their side. Oof. All right, we got 17-15. Yeah, these guys aren't really passing too clean right now. But, I mean, the serves are good. These serves are tough serves. It makes sense, but it's just interesting to see. These are just young guys, I'd say. This guy goes after the line. He went after the line multiple times now. I think he's missed both. But hey, stuff happens. Out of bounds, just barely floating out. And this is what I mean when I say like miss in front of these passers, because if you just give it a little bit too much, it could just float out. It could just float out like that. It's not good. This guy's not doing too hot right now. Also almost hurt himself by going under. Honestly, I would, if I'm that setter, I mean, it was a scramble play, but try and air that out a lot more. Try and just put it really high, give them time, because it's a weird angle. It's not something that he's used to having that ball come from. Gosh, that's a huge swing, dude. Huge arm swing, using the whole body, ripping it deep into the court. Yeah, and like if you're getting dug a lot, if you're taking big swings, it's just going into the lap of somebody, swing deeper. I would rather someone hit out of bounds a few times, but hit people in the chest a few times. Like let's say it's 75% of the time you're hitting somebody in the chest and getting a kill. The other 25%, it's like missing out of bounds. I'd rather have that than someone getting dug 75% of the time and getting a kill 75 or 25% of the time. Like obviously the numbers are better there. I don't know what the real numbers would look like, but I think you guys get what I'm saying there. Okay, we got 22-22. It's a real close game. This is obviously going to go to 5 sets, so Tours is going to win this one. I assume Mujanovic is going to be carrying through this and just finding a way to scrap away points. Big block. Good D. Good defense. Coming through. And again, like even though this ball is super tight, he's ready for the tip, he's still balanced at the point of when he would need to make a decision, Oh my gosh, but then the middle doesn't step in. The middle doesn't step in there. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating. Take that all day, dude. Take that all day. You gotta set that. What are you doing? Don't be such a silly goose, you silly freaking goofball, you. Oh, wow. 24-24. Wow. Now Mujanovic is in the back row now, too. Go to this guy. Go to the Mr. Aggressive athlete here. Oh, wow. This is why you miss inside. Because if he misses inside there and it's like over here even, at least it's still in play. Miss inside because it's easier to get your feet there anyways. And like taking a swing at a ball that's not over the tape and it's behind the antenna, it's tough. That's a tough angle to take anyways. Bang, just a big swing. All right, we got a hybrid 25-25 rough pass there, but Mujanovic has them. And look at how much he's facing the setter here. He's taking his approach. Look at how far forward that left foot is. That allows him to open up his hips, open up his whole body, and then just swing through like that all the way through. Look at how far his body's facing now. And he just gets so much power on that because he's, allowing himself to swing all the way through and use his whole body. 26-26. Kevin Kobrine missing his serve. Floater. Good pass back to Kobrine. Out bounds, it looks like. Wow, just barely spatches this puppy out of bounds. Oh, but this is a fine miss. This is a fine miss. Like, you take that all day. You take that all day. Because chances are that might have even touched him on the block. Chances are he plays that ball. Like, I take that swing 9 times out of 10, honestly. Wow, good defense. Again, balanced, ready to move, balanced, just in there, scooping, palms up, scoops it up there. Mujanovic ready to joust, back to neutral. Good block. And when that ball dives inside, when that ball dies inside and you're kind of jumping to your left there, don't try and take it line. Don't try and take it line because it turns into you swinging 6, and you guys know swinging 6 is not a smart thing to do. Oh my gosh. That high line just is not available right there because he's just so high. He's just so high. And if he was going to try and get that high line off the hands, he's going to have to swing deep out of bounds there. All right, we got 2-0. Good pass. Cross. Off the hands. Good block. Good block touch. I want to see it. Good block touch. Let's see. Oh, come on. Use the middle in transition, man. Use the middle in transition. La, 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 la. And I'm saying to use the middle in transition because it forces, use the middle in the pipe in transition because it forces this middle to sit a little longer and do that, and then it opens up the ability to get that kill there. You know, it takes away that blocker for him. You know, you just got to use the middle of the court in transition so that you're not just so one note, you know, because then same thing here where this guy just bites over here on this middle and then you got another one-on-one. Mujanovic finds a way. Even though it wasn't clean, he found a way. 4-0 in the 5th set here, starting off real hot. 5-0 starting off real hot. And then Poitiers is starting off really cold. There we go. They finally get a kill here. Who is he? Afshinfar getting his first touches in the 5th set here. Wow. Good for you to get a kill right off the back, kid. Really nice serve. Just deep into that court with some good contact. See a ball. Nope. All right, we got a float serve on his chest. And this is why, you know, I don't think I've talked about this recently. This is why if it's right on your center line, you're not in a good spot because that's the only adjustment you have is like jumping straight up and just popping the ball higher and probably off the net. And it still isn't even like going to be at the target really. Afshinfar getting another kill there. Wow, good for him. Oh, you know, at first I didn't like this, where this guy kind of went to the back one instead, but I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it because I feel like it's honestly an easier set to make, but again, another really nice swing there, and he's contacting it so high. Contacting it high and swinging through like that. You know, I think I might have Patrick Nolan watch him a little bit. Ooh, good recycle, good press. Good choice, missing tight with the set and then just pushing it through, and it's either going to be super good pressure or it's going to be a kill. Or you get the ball back if it, you know, stays on your side somehow. Good spin to float, man. These guys are doing some good spin to floats. Early, pressed, gets him. And you know, I like this this block because this guy, this huge guy, has just gone around him a ton, and he's able to just encapsulate those things and force him to try and beat him either further or higher, and he gets him there. Nice. All right, we got 9-3 in the fifth. Almost done here in this game. Another good swing, though. This is a good choice because he's a little bit off the net now. And so this guy is just a lot more patient. He doesn't fully commit. This is kind of like a semi-pass. You know, it's kind of, I don't even know, like it's like a 3.5 there. A 3.5 pass, you know, on a 4 scale. Let's see that one. So he tried to throw it in the middle here. And I don't mind it because he's like turning away. It's very deceptive. But because the middle cheats over, it kind of hurts. And deception like this, where you're trying to beat a guy with speed when he's this tall, doesn't work as well because he's barely off the net or barely off the ground when he's contacting this ball. Okay, he's barely off the ground. He barely even had to jump because he's just already up there. He's just huge. So he gets a nice soft touch. It's probably going outside. Oh my gosh, and then he just brings it down to the line again, brings it down into Mujanovic's hands again. These guys are just not making the best decisions right now, the outsides. And of course, I mean, Mujanovic is a great blocker. You know, he's huge, he's physical, he's a smart blocker too. You know, like he makes some good moves, dives line, presses cross sometimes. You know, like he does some good stuff. Good move by the middle there. I mean, just press both hands, you know. But that's a really nice press. Look at him. He's late, you know. He's late. He's playing a little bit of catch up, but he's still just pressing really hard. Bang. But with these middles here, it's a tough matchup for them. They're playing against Mujanovic. That's not easy. But still, you can at least maybe go at the middle instead, or try and even just miss out of bounds, or like just try and swipe him up and joust him or something like that, you know, like, because swinging into his heart, like his block's gonna be bigger than you expect and stuff like that. So it's gonna be tough to swing against him, is what I'm trying to say. But then that setter is a little bit smaller. He's not too big. Yeah, I want to say it one more time. Bang. OT down that line. And so against the setter that works, but if it was Mujanovic, he would have gotten housed. And that's a ball, I think, after Mujanovic has tried to go cross multiple times now, and this guy's taken line a lot, you want to jump in on one of those. You know, you're solo. If you can feel that you're going to be solo, or maybe your middle can tell you, hey, if it's a good pass, you're probably going to be solo. Like, hopefully your middle's good enough to understand that stuff, you know. But, oh gosh, if you got that space there, take it. But when you know that you're going to be solo, those are the times when you can make a few of those reads. I don't mind how he moved. He might have been a little bit late, but then I think he maybe just didn't press enough. Maybe both of them didn't press early enough there. Kobrine just made a normal standing block. You know, that wasn't as physical as he probably could have been. Oh, big swing. Now that's a physical swing though. Wow. And he's just going cross here. But if he's jumping in like this, he shouldn't really swing line too much unless they really, really open it. You know, I would tell him to approach from inside the court a little bit more. But that's just me. That's what I'm comfortable with. That's what I think works. But he's at a very, very high level. He's a great athlete. Whatever works for him, you know. Mujanovic finishing it off here. Again, I mean, look at this, man. Like, look at how much space he's covering. Like, he presses that left hand really, really hard and is able to take a lot of cross there. And, I mean, maybe they swing into him a little bit too much there. You know, trying to go low on him isn't going to work very well. But, yeah, just finishing it off. Mujanovic, what a guy. Thanks for watching, guys.